Happy Valentine's Day! I'm Miranda Valentine, editor of the lifestyle blog Everything Sounds Better in French, and as you can imagine, Valentine's Day is absolutely one of my favorite holidays. So in honor of this very romantic special holiday, I am teaching you how to make a fabulous decadent chocolate mousse. This particular recipe comes from Sunset Magazine and is incredibly simple to make. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, which is also the same thing as just heavy cream. If you ever see that in a recipe, it means the same thing. And then we have 6 eggs separated. So I have my egg whites over here, and I have my egg yolks over here. And then we have 1/2 cup of strong coffee. I really love an intense coffee flavor, so I've actually used espresso here, but you can use any strong coffee that you like. We have 1/3 cup of sugar, and 1/4 cup of orange liqueur, like Grand Marnier. In this instance, I've used Cointreau. And then, for the good stuff, we have 18 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. And you need to chop that, but if you want to save a little time, you can do what I did and actually just get these chocolate chips. So these are 2 9-ounce bags already done in chocolate chips. So what I'm going to do first is melt the chocolate, and we're going to do that by creating our own little double broiler. So really simple. I'm just going to put the chocolate into the bowl, like so. And then over here you can see that I have a saucepan, and there's about 1 inch of water in it. And I'm going to turn this on now, and I'm just going to get this to simmer. And then, as I said, we are going to create our own little double boiler, because chocolate, could burn very, very easily, and we don't want it to glom up on the bottom. So we're going to gently heat the chocolate over the simmering water. Okay, oh, I can already smell this. It's so good. And the bittersweet chocolate is, it's just such a nice, rich, yummy, intense flavor and smell. So we are actually going to add our coffee and our sugar into the chocolate. So just pour your 1/2 cup of strong coffee and your 1/3 cup of sugar. And I'm just going to give this a little toss. Just kind of mix that up. Oh my goodness, looks and smells delicious. So just make sure that your chocolate's getting coated by the coffee. And this has started to simmer already, so I am just going to place this on top of here. And I'm going to pay attention to it and kind of stir as it melts, and just make sure that no chocolate gets burned or clumped in an area. You just really want to keep it moving. So depending upon the size of your pan and the size of your bowl, obviously if you have a larger bowl, greater surface area, and it will melt a little bit faster, but already this is starting. So just going to keep mixing and melting. And as soon as this is all melted, we'll come back. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes, and my chocolate melted super fast, didn't burn. I was able to stir as I went. So you can see this is what it should look like, just nice and thick and melted. You just want to make sure that all of those little chips or chunks, whatever you use, are nice and melted together. So I've turned off my burner, and I'm just going to let that chill out for a second while I do my other 2 parts. So right now we are going to make stiff peaks out of our egg whites. If you've done this before, you know that egg whites can be sort of tricky. There is kind of a trick that you can do, or at least there are some things that you can try to eliminate to make sure that your egg whites won't be fussy. One of which is making sure that there's absolutely no water in your bowl. If you use a bowl that you've just washed and there even just is a little bit of water in it, you will have a heck of a time getting these stiff peaks. So I really wiped out mine before. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it agrees with me, and we're just going to use a hand mixer right now, and we are going to whip this until stiff peaks form. So let's go. And don't get discouraged, it does take a while. You'll be at this for a little bit, which is why you definitely want to use a hand mixer. But just keep going. You can see it's already starting to foam and fluff, and just keep on going. Okay, so our egg whites have been beaten into fluffy, peaky submission, so we're really excited about that. and we're just gonna set those to the side and move on to our cream. So we are also using the hand mixer, just going to whip up the cream until like soft ribbons sort of form throughout, so you'll see what I mean. And then we can put everything together, and then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator, and you are gonna have a super delicious, fabulous mousse dessert. Okay, so. So you'll notice that it's taking a while for these soft ribbons to form, and similar to the egg whites, it takes a while, but it's absolutely worth it. So just keep at it. Yes, it's a little bit time consuming, but the results are phenomenal. You will be so happy that you stuck with it. And just be lucky that you live in a day and age that we have this mixer and you're not having to like churn this by hand, because just imagine how difficult that would be. So back to it, soft ribbons. Okay, so you can tell that we're almost ready, and I'll show you up close. As we beat this, you can tell it's starting to get solid, and you see actually like literally it looks like little ribbons sort of coming out from, you know, around the little like mixer thing. So hold on. And that definitely wasn't happening before. So as long as you keep an eye out on your cream as you go, you'll start to notice when it's ready. You'll see the change happening. And we're getting there. I'm gonna go a little bit more because again, this is what gives it like the body, the mousse, the fluff. So I'm gonna go a little bit longer, but we're getting there. I just wanted to show you what that looks like so you know kind of what to look for and know when you can like rest your arm finally. So we're almost there. Okay, so as you can see, our soft ribbons have formed and we have actually created some whipped cream. So we're gonna set this to the side and then move along with our next step, which is to get back to our chocolate, which is melted over here. And remember, it's just been sitting and hanging out. If for some reason doing the egg whites and the cream takes a bit longer than you had expected and your chocolate is starting to sort of like harden again, just put the heat back on and let it melt. But ours looks gorgeous. So what we are going to do now is actually pour in our egg yolks and our liqueur into the chocolate. And we're just gonna stir that in. So just pour and stir. And you don't have to worry about beating the egg yolks first. Mine had actually just sort of, half of them had separated in the thing, but don't worry about like whipping them or mixing them first. Okay, so just pour that in and use a kitchen towel or something, because obviously this being a metal bowl, it's going to be very hot and we don't want you to burn your hands in pursuit of the perfect mousse. Okay, so just kind of stir, stir, stir. And then we are also gonna add in the orange flavored liqueur, whatever brand or type you choose to use. Oh, that smells delicious. Okay, so we're just gonna keep mixing this. Okay. Mix, 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 till it's all introduced. There we go. Make sure you really scrape the edges so all the chocolate gets nice and happy and drunk. All right, now we have this beautiful, just smooth, lovely coffee, chocolate, sugar, contro, egg yumminess. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is fold in our egg whites. So use a rubber spatula. This one's for a giant, but I'll be using it today. And we are just going to fold this in. So I'm just gonna scooch this off to the side for now. You're just gonna keep at this until everything's incorporated. Just keep going. Okay, now you can see we're all mixed together. Your arm's gonna get a workout. This is good too for your biceps. So you can be like nice and fit and sleek when you're eating your dessert like this. Okay, so now we're going to see this beautiful whipped cream that we've made. We're gonna mix this in as well. Beautiful, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, set this bowl aside. And we are just gonna, I don't actually need the rubber spatula for this. You can use the spoon. You can stick with it, but that one's kind of big, so. I have a little hand, so I'm gonna do this one. Okay. And you're just gonna fold and mix, incorporating this whipped cream in. Okay, perfect. So this looks great. It's all mixed together. And now we are going to just cover it with saran wrap and put it into the refrigerator for at least an hour, and then individually kind of serve out and enjoy. So our mousse has been firming up in the refrigerator for about an hour, and I have put it into 2 little individual serving dishes. I wanted you to see kind of the consistency. It firmed up beautifully. It has that great kind of fluffy mousse-like quality, which really sets it apart from being like a pudding or something else. So you can just see just how, you know, wonderful and kind of solid but light and fluffy and firm this is. And the longer you leave it in the refrigerator, you know, even the more firm it will get. But this is just great. It tastes delicious. The coffee really gives it like an extra little bitter kick that pairs beautifully with the chocolate. So totally scrumptious and delicious. This is the perfect addition to any romantic Valentine's Day evening. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching. Wishing you a very happy Valentine's Day from the entire Mahalo team. And if you're looking to spruce up your Valentine's Day in some other areas, be sure to check out our special baking and craft videos. See you next time.